Have you ever set a goal for yourself, maybe to wake up early, hit the gym, or study ahead of time only to fall back into old habits within a week? If that sounds familiar, you're not alone.
Self-discipline is one of those things we all know we need, but it's also one of the hardest things to maintain. So today, we're diving into self-discipline from a self-management perspective, how to develop it, stick with it, and balance it with life's demands.
I'm Luca, a self-management coach who helps students and young professionals build better habits for success.
And I'm Kim, also a self-management coach, and I specialize in helping people find the balance between productivity and well-being.
Today, we'll share personal experiences, answer listener questions, and give practical tips on how you can strengthen your self-discipline while still enjoying life.
Let's get started.
So, Kim, let's be honest, have you ever struggled with self-discipline yourself?
Oh, absolutely. When I was in college, I used to plan these perfect study schedules, but I'd always end up procrastinating. I'd tell myself, just one more episode of my favorite show, and before I knew it, it was midnight and I hadn't even started.
That sounds so familiar. I had a similar issue with going to the gym. I'd get really motivated, buy new workout gear, and go strong for a week. Then one skip day would turn into 2, then a week, and suddenly I was back to square one.
Exactly. And what's interesting is that self-discipline isn't about willpower alone. It's about structure and self-awareness. If we rely just on motivation, we'll always struggle.
That's such a great point. So many people think discipline means forcing yourself to do things, but in reality, it's more about designing a system that makes success easier.
We've got some great questions from our listeners. Here's the first one. Asterisk. How do I stay disciplined when I'm feeling overwhelmed with school and life?
That's a great question. My first tip is to break things down. When you're overwhelmed, everything feels massive. Instead of saying, I have to finish this entire project, start with, I'll work on this for 30 minutes. That way it feels manageable.
I love that. I'd also add, don't try to be disciplined in everything at once. Pick 1 or 2 key areas, maybe studying and sleep, and focus on building habits there first.
Yes, small wins create momentum. Now, here's another question. How do I balance self-discipline with social life? I don't want to miss out.
Oh, I love this one. My take? Self-discipline doesn't mean saying no to fun. It means planning ahead. If you have a big night out, balance it by setting aside time earlier in the day for studying or important tasks.
That's so true. It's about being intentional. If you know you have a social event, adjust your schedule so you can enjoy it guilt-free.
All right, let's get into some practical tips. First up, habit stacking. If you want to build self-discipline, attach a new habit to an existing one. For example, if you already drink coffee every morning, use that time to plan your day.
Discipline isn't about restriction, it's about making conscious choices. That's a great one. Another tip is to create an accountability system. Find a friend or use an app to track your progress. When someone else is checking in, you're more likely to follow through.
Love that. And my last tip, make self-discipline enjoyable. If you hate studying in silence, go to a cafe or play background music.
Yes, the goal is to make discipline feel like a tool for freedom, not a punishment.
If exercising feels like a chore, find a sport you love. When you enjoy the process, discipline becomes easier.
If you found this helpful, make sure to follow us for more tips on self-management and life balance. And we'd love to hear from you. What's one discipline challenge you're working on? Drop us a comment or message.
All right, let's wrap this up. Today, we covered why self-discipline is more about systems than willpower, how to balance discipline with fun, and practical ways to make it easier. Next time, we'll dive into motivation, how to find it, keep it, and use it to fuel your goals. Thanks for listening.